right, for my next guest, we have Yulio Rondon from Brooklyn, New York. How's it going?
Good, good. Loving everything that's happening to me right now. So yeah.
Good. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that? What's been going on with you?
So I'm actually a fashion designer and interior designer. And last year, one morning I woke up and I was like, I'm living in New York. I have always wanted to do something that I can be myself and be truthful. So that same morning, I decided that I wanted to be an actor, and I started doing some research and found a little studio here in Brooklyn called TK, Terry Knickerbocker Studio. And I took a summer intensive, and right after the summer intensive ended, I got my first background role in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which the last season came out last Friday. And I was actually on a little preview, I was in it, which is really fun. After that, I did The Gilded Age, which hasn't even come out yet. And that's it. I have been doing a lot of background work. I did a commercial in February, really fun. And just doing it.
Awesome, man. So you got your feet wet a little bit, but how long were you in the fashion industry for?
I graduated in 2015, and I worked in fashion for 2 years. Then I switched to interior design and I was working on that until I decided to be an actor. So we've been here because I'm from Dominican Republic, and I moved to New York in 2020. And since all that time before, I was doing interior design.
Oh, for private homes, commercial space, or?
Exactly, doing hotels back in Dominican Republic, houses, all of that, which I still love, but now I'm doing this, and I want to give my everything to this new passion.
Did you ever find yourself sort of especially with The Marvelous Miss Maisel, kind of getting triggered as a designer, saying that's so period, that's so chic, all these little details?
Oh yes, absolutely. And even going to the fittings, it was an entire floor of period pieces. I was like, oh my God, this is so incredible. Should I be a costume designer, not an actor? It was. Fashion is still my first love. And every time I see those kind of things, it's touching a very sensible part of me. I wish I could, but even acting allows me to tell stories, which for me is fashion as well.
Oh, so now there was one thing that I kind of learned in acting school, especially with Chekhov technique, where you could actually sort of embrace the character from the outside and actually use your costume to an advantage, where you actually could endow that material to sort of fill you in and then actually have it shine out through you. Have you ever really maybe felt any form of technique coming your way to perform as a character from the outside in, maybe?
Actually, yes. When I did The Gilded Age, but my role was a steel mill worker, and I remember they made me dirty with charcoal, my nails, everything, making me look sweat and all of that. So all of that costume and all that part is it gives you a little something. And I remember seeing, talking about the costume part of filming and being in the movie industry. There's a show, I don't remember who the actress is. It's called The Corset. And she talks about how wearing a corset makes you get mad because it's so tight, and it makes you uncomfortable, and it makes you go places. So to me, knowing fashion and doing it allows me to connect myself with it, any character that I can portray. So it's good to have that background as an experience, because I can relate or connect dots that will allow me to be to do a better representation of a character.
That's excellent, man. That I gotta applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Did you ever have sort of I guess, how would you describe your style or the dynamic of your style from fashion, whether it was clothing and then all of a sudden the space and decorating the space, and maybe the dynamic of that experience of embracing a steel mill worker?
Um, I will say that everything I do, it's like art related and everything is connected. Like whenever like I do fashion or interior design, like I in some way like um feel like it's the same, or I treat it the same way that I would do something. Like whatever I do, either it is interior design or fashion design, you can tell that it's a little bit of me because I implement my way on everything I do. I don't know if that answers the question.
I'm understanding, because my experience with fashion, it has its limitations. Like I designed a puppet in a puppet show showcase in college, and that kind of led to my first puppet show production that I wrote. I'm a 3D printer technician. It's not really like clothing, but I always put like a hat on top of like a bust that I printed or had designed, little things like that to just do for fun. But I did get recently this machine for my sister called, I think it's a Cricut maker and or circuit maker. You know what you know the thing I'm talking about?
Yes, they like cut and print and do cutouts. Yes.
Yeah, little things like that. And I'm seeing all this extra material, like all of this like leather cut up that, you know, I never use, but more than enough to like create a wallet or something kind of some like little things like that. But I guess once like you get involved in the arts, especially acting, you kind of come up with these like invisible imaginary things that you could be doing, but then maybe take that and actually make something tangible in a different art form, such as fashion.
Yes. And I think I didn't answer in terms of my style. I will say that is classic, but with a little edge. Like I try to be a little bit out there, but without trying to break too many like boundaries or breaking the rules. Like the wheel, it's invented. I just take whatever's out there and make it mine or my own.
Well, as you know, as a Dominican or an islander, is there anything from your culture that kind of like contributes into your work or your style?
I'll say like we are sort of like fiery, and I try to like put a lot of that always in my like fashion, and like colors are very like it's important. And we are, as an islander, like we are colorful and we put that on everything.
So it could be like whether it's the carpet, whether the wallpaper, design, paint, the couch.
Exactly. And like mix materials, like texture. To me, design have like all the elements. It needs to be visual, tangible, like texture, shape, colors, silhouette, like all of those things.
Also, when it came to fashion, were you more into like maybe women's fashion, men's fashion? Did you have like a preference or just sort of like your niche?
It's women's wear. Like I graduated from women's wear, and lately I have been doing like little pieces for myself, like nothing crazy, just like a little thing to keep the, you know, the muse there.
Gotcha. Oh, so you didn't want to like do a show or display on a market or anything like that?
In the past, I did, but fashion it's a complicated like market to get yourself into. It's like difficult, hard.
Why? I mean, why do you think that? Because I see so many like little like small businesses and nice little catalogs on Instagram where it's a small business and they just have a very fiery flair to their resume.
Well, yes. But to me, like if I'm gonna do something, like it needs to be like very well done, like couture. And to get there, I don't even know how to start.
I could totally relate. It seems like in any business, you got the passion, you got the drive, but all of a sudden, I think everything in this is 100% luck, where
Yes.
they find you in a sense,
Or the people you know. Like if you put something
100%.
very important in a very cool dress, like it takes one person. Like you put one person in an amazing like gown and you're set. Done.
So is that real? That's it? Like you get a break?
Exactly. It's a break. Which also it's like in acting as well. Like it's like one person that you know, and then you're everywhere.
And you're not wrong. Like,
Or at least I think.
no, you're not. You're absolutely right. Because when you were speaking about background, that was my survival job for nearly 2 years, like from 2014 throughout most of 2015. And I did catch a break. I got cast in a touring play, like a children's show. And I got to go around the country, and life just got better, after that little tiny break.
It doesn't matter how big the break is. It's just to get out there.
Totally. And get yourself out of the city once in a while, clear your head, and just unwind.
Yes.
Well, how long you been living in Brooklyn now?
2 years. I moved here December 26, 2020.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So right after Christmas, you said, "Vai con Deus" to everybody and see ya.
Yes, exactly. Right after Christmas.
Wow. And since that time, I guess, was it everything you expected it would be? Was it aspiration, or you had like a real concrete plan?
I didn't have a plan per se. I took these as a new beginning. Like I'll take whatever God has for me and I'll just roll with it. And that's what I did. There was no plan.
Oh, so yeah.
Like living in New York has been my dream since I was probably 3 years old or something.
Well, back to when you were 3, what was it that kind of made you want to move here?
It was like I have always had family that live here, and every time they visited, it was like the way they spoke about it. It was like, oh my God, I want it. And I remember being a kid when they took a plane to come here. I was like, you remember seeing the castle for Disney World that it was like floating in the clouds? To me, New York was like that castle. Like they take a plane on the clouds, so New York is in the clouds. I when I go there, and it have always been like whimsical, like a dream or magical, and it's still that.
You still feel that way?
Yes, I love it.
I'm really happy to hear you say that, because I was born in Brooklyn. And it's for me, it's always been the norms. I guess it makes sense that I'm making a career in the clouds, because my feet are definitely not on the ground doing this for a living. But no, that's something I really appreciate, when people actually talk well of the United States, of New York City, and just like inspire anybody to want to come here and contribute to it. Yeah. But anybody in your family ever do anything like this, where they're more artsy? Or
no, I'm the only one. My two of my siblings are doctors. My small brother's in school. My father went to medicine school. My mother's a lawyer. So
wow.
Yeah.
Like big business, like big salaries. Those are like legit careers,
Yeah. And when I remember before I went to college, I love everything that's like building, creating. I wanted to be an architect, and I even got accepted to an architecture school. But the day of the first day of school, I remember my parents were taking the car out to take us to school. And I was like, you know what? They even paid like the first 3 months or something. And I was like, I don't want to go there. I'm going to do fashion. And they were like, get out of here. We pay. You're going. And I was like, I'm not going.
Oh, my God.
And then I lost a year because when I applied to fashion school, admissions were already over, and I had to wait until the next term to start. So it was very like, what the fuck are you doing? But I did it. And I mean, not that I'm doing fashion right now, so I know, but I did what I wanted to do. And it's all about that to me. Like, just do what moves you.
So for that, it was more like more I want to say passion, but did it feel like it was more purpose driven? It made you feel fulfilled?
Yes, because I have always told like, no, you should do this, you should do that. And I was like, no, I'm gonna do what I feel that I want to do. In fact, like this acting career that I'm doing, like my family and everyone I know knew about it last Friday when I posted that I'm in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, but it was fairly a secret. Like I didn't want anyone to know because it's not that I care, but every time someone tells you, ooh, are you getting paid? Ooh, is that the right move? Like it gets into me and I know it. So I don't tell anyone, like I'm doing this for myself, to please myself and because I love it. So I'm the one who should be happy with it.
I totally get, that it's like, I hate to say the word bias, but there's like a social, I don't know what it is, where it's like time is money, where everybody's kind of like in their own lane, where they kind of compromise their true passion, perhaps, for the dollar to do something that pays very well,
Yes.
That's hard. I get it, man, especially from your immediate family and friends,
It's hard.
But what about a support system? Like, how do you kind of maintain your, maintain it all and kind of find that balance?
What do you mean?
Well, like sometimes like the bills do pile up and you got to sacrifice once in a while, like the gig you want to do for working a job, whether you get a full-time, part-time job, something that supplies with benefits, but just to get that financial support if you do not have like the family, friend support.
Well, what I do apart from my acting is catering, and the schedule is very flexible and forgiving. Like, let's say I get a background gig for tomorrow, no, for Thursday. I can email the company that I work for today and be like, sorry, can I not work on Thursday? I just got this. And they're like, yeah, no problem. So
Gotcha. So like the caregiving platform for like an elderly, helping somebody out, being their like personal aid. It's very flexible. So you have the financial support and the flexibility to pursue what you want.
yes.
Oh, it's actually that's admirable because like, that you take everything away from every activity you do, especially when you do something so personal and communicating with the elderly, because they know everything we don't.
Uh-huh.
They do. Was there anybody that you met maybe that kind of left an impression that made coming to work more fun?
In acting,
As a caregiver?
maybe, but I can't remember right now.
Oh, that's fine. We'll put it in the comments of the podcast or on the Instagram.
Let's put it on the comments.
We'll put it on the comments, like and share, subscribe, yada yada. Well, like I'm really curious. Like, you had mentioned to me before we started that the movie that really left an impression on you that could probably be one of your all-time favorites. Now, are we talking about Nicole Kidman's Moulin Rouge or the Broadway one that has been going on? Nicole
Kidman's Moulin Rouge, and Ian
McGregor.
Yeah.
Ian McGregor, got it. I've seen that movie so many times when it came out, but I was in 7th grade when that came out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember watching it for the first time, and I just remember trying to sing along every time after that.
Same. I don't even remember when I first saw it. But since that moment, it was like, oh my God, this is everything that I love. The incredible costumes, singing, dancing, love, passion. It's everything.
Not for, yeah. Were you able to actually get a chance to see the Broadway version?
I haven't. And a friend actually went to see it, and she had been telling me, you have to go and see it. And when she told me that, I told her, that's my favorite. Like, I've seen the movie and it's my favorite. And she was like, oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a Broadway show before?
No, I haven't.
That's got to be your first one then. You got to go.
I have to.
Find that flexibility and get on it, man.
Yeah, I have to see it.
What was there anything sort of like about the takeaway that maybe did Moulin Rouge like kind of fuel you to want to become an actor or get into design?
I think so. Yes. Yes.
Do you think there might have been anything that kind of inspired you to do these things, or you just wanted to give it a try?
I just wanted to give it a try. Like, let's see. And that's the thing that I have learned from acting, that in the past, every time I set myself with expectations, like most of the times I got like disappointed. But with this, I have no expectations. Like, I'm just doing it every day at a time. Like, I'm just doing it, and whatever it takes me, I'll go with open heart and disposition. That's it.
All about the experience and then just learning from it, taking it and deciding after.
Yes, exactly.
Do you have like a most memorable experience since you joined the New York City life?
I will say being able to be on films that I have watched, and I didn't even dream of being in them, and now I'm like, in some small way, part of them. Like, the fact that New York allows normal, I'm not going to say ordinary, but yes, ordinary people to like be part of such incredible productions for amazing, like, how do you call that? Like, film productions, like HBO. It's incredible. Like, I watched that back in DR, like those channels. So now being in it is like, wait, what? And only New York, I would say. I mean, there are other places, but I'm here now.
Great. So have you gone to visit anywhere outside of New York City?
The commercial I did in February was in Washington, D.C., which to me was an incredible experience, because I went to Washington to actually work doing something I love. So it was like, okay, I'm coming to a new place. I'm actually working. This is amazing. And I love that about acting, that it will take you to places. I love it.
Were you able to actually like take in the sights, or is it just work and go?
It was just work and go.
But you got to at least see, like, maybe from a distance, like you saw like a landmark of some kind.
Yes, I walked around the Smithsonian Museum groups. The big, how do you call the big pillar that it's?
Oh, that's that should be the Washington Monument, I believe.
That, yes.
Oh, where they filmed Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Gotcha. How'd you feel about that giant pool?
Love.
Right on. So I mean, like, what's next? How do you what's the best way for you to find work?
There are a few apps. I'm on Backstage, Actors Access, Grand Wilfrey. I might be forgetting others, but like, yeah, those are in casting networks. Like, I get like jobs from there, and like trying to like Googling like things like free auditions near me, like those kind of things, like trying to get everything I can.
Gotcha. Did you have sort of like an ultimate goal as an actor, something that you would love to achieve?
Oh, wow. I would say, since I'm new, like all I want, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, I want to win an Oscar." No, that's like way too far. Like all I want is to be able to like be booked, like work. All I want to do is to work as an actor, to develop the craft, to learn, to get knowledge, to be able to like, then be like, oh yes, I can absolutely do that with my eyes closed. So I will say like, get work. Like if I can, like, I'm not going to say quit my hospitality job, but
No.
I mean, when the time comes, I'll have to do that. Like, let's be real. But I will say, like, get so busy with the acting that at one point, that's all I do because that's all I want.
How was your experience when you trained at the summer intensive at that school?
Oh, wow. It was life-changing.
Yeah.
Yes. Like before that, you were always told like, don't do that because it's wrong. Don't do that. That makes you a bad person. But being an actor, it's not about judging. It's about like getting from whatever happens. So it was transforming.
Excellent. Was there any style or technique that you took away from all that?
We took the intensive was based on the Meisner technique. So it's like very in the moment. It's about repetition. It's about being truthful, which acting is. So it was wonderful. I might do it this summer again, just to keep it going.
Oh, and just get more advanced, work with a new partner, get challenged. No, I think that's essential. Like you got Olympian athletes who train every single day. And I'm sure they got to spar once in a while, depending on your sport, with someone new. And as an actor, you never know what type of character is going to be popping out in front of you. So the more reps you get, the better it is for you.
Yes. And every time you like get a new part, like it's always going to be different. Like the words that I'm saying right now, I can say them to someone else and they're not going to come out the same way because what I'm getting from you, it's what's making me deliver this way.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. I actually took Meisner technique myself.
I love it.
Blah, blah, blah. I just had a brain fart. I haven't taken an acting class in like maybe, oh my God, maybe 8 years, 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I might be a little rusty, but I did. I studied at the neighborhood playhouse in 2011 and 12, the home of Meisner, and got a certificate. It's actually here on my wall. God rest his soul. Mr. Baldridge was the former dean there of administrations, and I was amongst some of the last students like he got to present this to, and like I did. I took a lot from it, like 900 school hours, and that's in the school. But like, unless you're like asleep, there's really no turning that off when you're going through that process because you're taking all of that onto the subway, at the cash register.
Absolutely.
You're totally attuned, that in my experience, to every square inch that's happening around you.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Happy Corner. This project strives to make safe housing areas for stray cats at an affordable price. It's so easy to put together that even your children could have fun making one. Help keep cats and other animals safe with their own little Happy Corner homes. You can help this project become a reality by donating to the GoFundMe page. Happy Corner homes are a great way to show those animals in need it's okay to be happy.
I don't know if you experienced this yet, but did you ever feel like a spiritual connection in any way as you were going through the process?
Not yet, but looking forward to it.
Get ready. It's probably going to scare you because when you're that open and in the moment, it's sort of like the tangible in front of you element of being aware and self-aware. It's there, but all of a sudden it's like this whole new sense of receiving is wide open, and like your skin to the temperature of the room, the temperature outside, the smells of the air, every little square inch of your body starts to get engaged, and it gets kind of freaky.
That's what I like love about it, that you're like present, and like everything affects you. And as a human being, you want everything that happens around you to affect you. Like,
yeah.
What makes us different to a cat if we don't get affected by the things that happen around us?
Do you ever feel like we're in absolute control of that, or it's more of like I guess more of like a natural ability?
I would say it's more of a natural ability. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like maybe some people just like maybe you're conditioned to switch off and be closed off then?
I will say yes. I mean, sometimes we put obstacles ourselves. So I will say yes.
That's definitely true. You know, you meet a lot of people, you know, going through something kind of closed off, and they might be present in a moment that's not present. You know, they're probably thinking about something that's putting them under a stressful situation, and they're not being present. They're thinking about something else because there's a lot of urgency to that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Or anticipating, like, if I do this will happen. No, let it happen. And what comes next, let life surprise you.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, it'll never happen the way you expect, you know?
Yeah.
So your expectations or something, then all of a sudden you're in a disappointment mode because you don't know how to actually respond to what was just given to you.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like I got to loosen up a little bit too, because like, you know, asking questions, trying to feel like basically what it is you want to do, get your vibe and understand you better as a human being. Because like I've never been to the Dominican Republic, but I've heard it's nothing like Puerto Rico. It's its own thing.
Yes, it's its own thing. And I'm from a little town which is like its very own thing.
Really? So it's like is it more like a subculture of the entirety culture?
I will say no, but it's like it's its own little thing.
More conservative, traditional type in a sense? Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, like in America, there's a lot of small towns that could be dry or just like, you know, staying in their own lane. They don't want change or anything like that. No commercialism, yada, yada.
It's that. And I always felt like, I'm not going to say like a big fish in a small tank, but I was like, no, I want more. Like, I want to be able to like be myself and express who I am, what I am through what I do and what I love. And it was like sort of never allowed because of the traditionalism that I grew up with.
Was it a very religious community then?
Yes.
Oh yeah. All right. So
and very like macho men, like men don't walk like that. Men don't talk like that. But clearly I'm not that of a man, if you know what I mean. But anyway.
Gotcha. You're more on the evolved. You're more evolved.
Yes.
What about I guess location, like were there any like landmarks or sites or like historical sightings in your area?
I don't know how you call that in English. Do you know? Oh wow.
Try it in Spanish, maybe.
Describe it. You know where all the water of a place comes from? That you like, how do you call that?
Well, we got lakes, or we got ponds, we got rivers, we got creeks. There's a well.
What is a well? No, That's like, I know what a well is. No, 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 no.
What does this water in particular do? Does it just show up, or is it like a spring maybe?
It's like a big place with water where like with like a tower that measures the level of the waters. I don't know how that's called.
Maybe a reservoir.
I think so. Yes. And like that's like a landmark to me from my town. And I've always felt like close to water. Like I love water. Like it's like the necessity that we have of it and how fundamental it is. And also like at the same time, how in a way destructive water could be. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's like the juxtaposition of it. Like I love.
It's very mysterious.
Yes.
So for this spot, was this like more inland, or was it near the beach?
Inland. It was not near the beach. It's sweet water. I'm gonna like after this, I'm gonna like see how you say that.
No problem. We'll put it back in the comments.
Exactly. Spanish is called represa or presa, and that specific one it's called presa de Atillo. But I don't know how to say it in English, but it's fine.
That might be exactly what it is in English.
Maybe.
It might be a reservoir. So like the purpose of it is actually to drink.
Yes. Well, I don't know with diesel contamination everywhere. I don't think if that's.
Well, we got reservoirs up in I know upstate in the Catskills, the Hudson Valley, almost everywhere, but water always has to be processed anyway.
Yeah. I think it might be, how do you say it? Residual?
Like a reservation, but reservoir, like film noir, yeah. Reservoir.
It might be that. Yes.
All right. We learned something new today.
We did. I did.
I don't know. I commend you on your English because I'm an American. I only speak one language. It's my fault, but I speak. I speak. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say a cool joke. I speak sarcasm.
So do I.
I got a silly question. How do you feel, or do you have a preference, either cats or dogs?
Dogs, definitely. Really? Yes. I think cats are like very like I don't care about you, and like I like. I mean, nothing wrong with cats. If you like cats, amazing. And in fact, like if you have a cat, I will be like, oh, how cute. Yes, yeah. But to have a dog, 1000%.
Would you describe a model as either more cat-like or dog-like if we were to compare them?
What does that mean?
It's an analogy. Basically like sort of like the catwalk, for example. You ever get asked the question amongst people, like if when people know you, if he were an animal, what kind of animal would he be? Things like that.
I still don't understand.
I'm sorry. Oh man, this got to be a culture thing. My bad. So it's sort of like there's also like a thing with it's not Uta Hagen, but what's her name? It's not Stella Adler either. It'll come back to me. But as an actor, sometimes there's a way where you could impersonate naturally the mannerisms or behaviors of an animal and then hone that down to carry in your performance. And that's just like a very specific example. My joke was like, as far as models go, are they more like cats or more like dogs, generally speaking, you know?
I'll always go with dogs.
All right. Why? Why are they dogs? They drink a lot of water?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I was really curious about like maybe what your next steps might be. Do you have like a goal of something you want to accomplish, like maybe this year, like a progressive step in your career?
So in the In the second project that I worked, I got my SAG waiver, so I'm SAG eligible. I will say that joining the SAG-AFTRA, however you say the rest, I would say that's one goal. And also finding representation will be ideal because I know that's a way to like book a great role. Also, creating an incredible reel. So there are like three goals: representation, a reel, and join SAG.
Gotcha. So basically, do you have any of your own footage from like one-on-ones or maybe from a play?
I have little things, and not long ago I started writing my own monologues, and 2 weeks ago I performed. Thank you.
No, that's hard.
And I'm gonna create like a reel with my own little work. I don't know how good they are, how bad they are, but I'm just gonna do it. And that's the thing about acting that I love, is that with fashion and interior design, I was always afraid to like, am I doing it right? Is this good enough? With this, I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna put it out and that's it.
You learn from that though, you know, you kind of, and you know, like you see so many reels along the way where you kind of just look at your own and just maybe take little bits and pieces on how do you get that look? Is it more about light? Is it about your color of your attire? What the differences are, but you have to start with something.
Yes. And that's what I love about it. That this is the moment and you learn in the process and you get to start doing it. So yeah.
So your next step, get a reel and potentially join SAG. And is there like a type of character you definitely would want to try?
Yes. I've always wanted to be a villain. Like,
really?
yes. Because that will be like so different, and like that's because I don't know if you can tell, I'm not a villain, but I want to play a villain so bad that it's so different to me, but at the same time, maybe it's not.
So what about the Devil Wears Prada character? Like,
We'll love to do that.
Something like that.
Actually, now that you say it, I would love to do that character because it's fashion related and it's about
Meryl
beauty.
Streep character.
Yes.
That would actually be that would be kind of fun if you actually dressed up in your like something you designed, you know this world inside and out, and somebody's making light of it, and you just do that like chartreuse monologue. I remember that, all this stuff. You know,
yeah.
that was a very specific monologue where that was on 100% that woman's character, you know?
Actually, now that you say that, I might take those lines and do like my little own version of it. So
there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Like if I don't know if doppelganger is the right word, but not even archetype, but it could be doppelganger. But you could use that to your advantage to kind of just navigate your performance, you know.
Yes, and also like when it comes to fashion and aesthetic and the way you present yourself, like I'm very like harsh. Like, no, that's horrible. How do you think that was cute? No, like, don't. I want to be a villain. I want to be a villain.
I think you could do comedy too. Just like, you know, you're like, you do not hold back either, man. Like, it's like, I think you care enough about how somebody presents themselves to actually say it right to them without offending them, but just being realistic.
And if I offended you, sorry, it's the truth. But I don't want to, that being said, I don't want to go around like insulting or hurting people, but
no.
Sorry.
It's like, no.
Fine.
No, sorry.
Get it off. Ew. Yeah.
You got, honestly, wow. Oh God. I'm really proud to get to know you because like you really do got passion, you got heart. I would love to see you literally just say a line such as that called No in a comedy. And just,
But
and that's,
no.
I don't know if you like, you got to make something up, or it's just like deliver that line like this for prom or something like that. Be that guy. It's like, you don't know what you want. I know what you want.
Let me
Yeah.
take. You're welcome. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear about your next steps and one day have you back on the show to see where is he at now. No, thank you so much for your time. I really cannot wait to learn more about how your career has blossomed, where you travel to next, how to actually go to this reservoir and yada yada.
I have to see if it's a reservoir. Like, I'm gonna thank you for teaching me new things. Like,
I didn't even know I knew that. I was just thinking of pools of water, because if it was a pool, oh, you mean like people go swimming, a pool? Okay. But I got a silly question, since you do have a little bit of an affinity for water. Did you watch the new Avatar film?
of course. Oh my God, so good. And I have seen all the how the movie was made, and it's just incredible seeing they build a massive pool for them to swim, and how they made the water to not be reflective so they cannot see all the cameras and stuff. It was incredible. And one day I hope that I'm also in a movie like that I'm close to water, and like doing that. It's all about the craft is in its full glory. It's about your facial expressions, the way you move your body. Because in one part, they're not swimming in water, they're just floating and moving their bodies in a way that makes it look like they're swimming, but they're not really. It's incredible. That movie was my God.
It was mind blowing. I saw it around Christmas time, and it was I think it was a great addition to the first film.
And also the new members, the new cast. I love seeing, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
Kate Anik.
Kate Winslet is an actress. I just said, all right, got to take a moment and just see Kate Winslet if she was in the movie, because I don't remember anymore.
Is in it, and to me, seeing her again in something water related, because she was on the Titanic, it was amazing. Yes, she's the one that got pregnant. You're gonna see her. She is in the new Avatar movie. Incredible.
You're not talking about Sigourney Weaver, right? Because I know she had a kid in that movie, or something like that, or somehow. Spoiler alert: Sigourney Weaver is not dead.
No, it's Kate Winslet.
Oh, you're right. She is in the film.
She is an. She is on the other tribe. She is the main.
Oh, that's right. She was actually the queen of that tribe.
Yes.
I did not actually know that. I did not pay attention to that detail. Now I know, and you're right. She was she was pregnant. She was having a water baby.
That movie was great.
Was Titanic one of your favorite films as well?
I like it, but I'm not crazy about it.
So Moulin Rouge was it for you? Nothing comes even close?
Well, there's a few other movies that I love. One of them is called Timothy Green. It's from Disney, but it's not animated. It is so beautiful. It is so good. I have other favorite movies.
The Life of Timothy Green?
Yes. Oh my God, so good. You have to watch it. Do yourself a favor and watch it. It's so good, so beautiful. What other movie? Oh, I love Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth, yeah. I've seen it.
And those are my top 3 favorite movies.
I actually haven't seen The Odd Life of Timothy Green.
You have to. It's so beautiful. Oh my God. So good.
All right. Shout out to the Disney company. And I I do like this one actor though. His name is Joel Elderton or Edgerton, I think it is. He did a movie. I'm listening. I'm sorry, God. He played the father in Timothy Green.
Oh yes, he's wonderful.
When I first really saw this guy in a movie for the first time, it was a movie with Tom Hardy, and it was a film called, I think it was just called Warrior, and it was sort of like a UFC athletic family who actually fight and contend in a tournament of mixed martial arts, and they had to fight each other, the two brothers, in the finals, and we got to watch the whole backstory leading up to that point. Oh, it was amazing. I didn't cry, but I felt so much love and passion through their acting and for the sport. And I've been doing mixed martial arts myself for a while, and it's highly addictive because I'm sure, as you know, I don't know if I wouldn't call it the most manliest of things, because so many women do it and it just makes them super happy to do. But it brings out this, it brings something to life inside of you where you have absolutely no fear whatsoever, that, you're in full control of your mind, your decisions, everything. And you just walk with confidence.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if you like him, you're going to love The Life of Timothy Green.
All right, it's now on my watch list.
Yes.
I have Disney Plus, so if it is on Disney Plus, I could actually watch it probably tonight before I fall asleep, because I can't.
Watch it tonight and let me know what you think, because it is incredible. It is so touching, and no matter what was your experience growing up, I'm sure there's gonna be a little something that is gonna feel close to anyone.
Sure. Well, on that note, Yulio, you're an absolute delight, and I cannot wait to have you back on the show again.
Thank you. Whenever. All right. So I guess we'll see you on the other side in the club. Be sure to tell your friends and family. And when this episode comes out, they're going to be the first to know. Perfect. I love it.
You enjoy your day and have a wonderful, wonderful every day.
Thank you so much. Oh, I like that. I'm going to be taking that. Have a wonderful, how is it?
Have a wonderful every day.
Have a wonderful every day. Thank you so much.
I do have one silly question. This is becoming a little bit of a pattern, and I guess I end every show now with this, because once upon a time, when I first started out as an actor, I was reading this book called The Right Words at the Right Time by it's Marlo Thomas or Marcy Thomas or Thompsonson. I got to just remember her name right, but I never remember names right. But the book left such an impression on me because a lot of public figures contributed to sort of the interview, where it was these people giving the right words at the right time for her. And she would just pretty much have this entire archive of books of inspiration. My curiosity is, has anybody ever given you maybe the right words at the right time that have really stuck with you after all this time? Or if not, do you have any words to have of your own?
I'm sure, I have been so lucky in life. I have had so many people that have told me the right words at the right time, so many that I cannot even remember one right now. But if I have to come up with my own, I would say, just go for it. The now is the perfect time. We have no tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen. Just go at it and go at your fullest.
I just got emotional. No, I did. I got the hair on my neck kind of stood up, and I got that massage feeling in my shoulders where it's No, you're right. Now is the perfect time.
Yes, I have always waited, and I have it's now.
Go for it. Oh man. Yeah, I can't wait to have you back. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. I hope somebody out there heard that and literally really listen to those words and apply them to their lives.
I hope so too. Like, we need to hear it.
Especially their voice when they get to that point. All right. Well, Julio, thank you so much for coming on the show. That is our time. So always remember to never forget community, creativity, and joy.
Love that.
God bless you, buddy. Have a great everyday.
Thank you so much. You too. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Ciao for now.
Ciao.